That's the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, many of my colleagues in the Virginia Legislative Black Caucus have spoken at great lengths about Black history in Virginia and across the nation. They've highlighted leaders from our community, legislative priorities from the VLBC, spoken on the glass ceilings that we've broken, the work that's been done, and the work that we still have to do. But today, Mr. Speaker, I want to take the opportunity to thank and recognize the everyday African Americans that deserve to be celebrated this month. I'm talking about the Black Americans going about their lives today, celebrating the ancestors and change makers in our history, but don't see themselves as a part of our history story. Some of these folks include the 7-year-old who visited my office to talk to me about ending bullying in her school. Mr. Speaker, she hasn't even had the time to really take history classes yet, but I know one day she'll be written into the history. The parents from my district and across the Commonwealth who are working 3 jobs just to put food on the table and keep a roof over their kids' heads, making ends meet, or as I like to say, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. The sacrifices they're making to provide their family is something to be celebrated. But I'm looking forward to the days when our minimum wage here in Virginia will mean that they don't need to work 3 jobs just to feed their families. To the day they can spend more time with our Black children and help them grow to greater heights. The praying grandmothers and aunties who carry the love and light in their hearts for us when we may struggle to love and encourage ourselves. To the senior at Henrico High School that is the first in her family to get accepted into college. She is the shining light in her family. She carries the ancestors on her back, and I know that weight, Mr. Speaker. It's one of the heaviest things a person has to carry, but it's one of the most important things any of us will ever do. She is not just making history, she is history. To the teacher that is the only positive influence in a student's life, making sure that kids who have no support system at home know that they have a stable place where they can go, do homework, stay out of trouble, and just be a kid for a couple of hours. To the people who built the Virginia Capitol in chains, to the people who built the new General Assembly building with great union benefits, the folks that cook lunch for us every day, the Capitol police officers who protect us every day, the DGS team that cleans the Capitol complex every night, and many of our staff members. Mr. Speaker, Maya Angelou once said, and I quote, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." Her quote reflects the deep emotional pain that can come from keeping one's experiences and emotions hidden. She believed that sharing our stories and being open about our struggles is essential for personal growth and healing. By expressing our truths, we can find understanding, empathy, and connection with others. This encapsulates the idea that the burden of silence can be incredibly heavy, and that sharing our stories can lead to liberation and empowerment. So, Mr. Speaker, it seems to me that everyday lives, our everyday stories, deserve recognition, because everything we do is Black history. So in this moment, as I close, I want all those everyday Black Virginians, past and present, who are truly the way makers and glass ceiling breakers, who are the unsung heroes who deserve to have their stories told, the ones that celebrate Black History Month, but do not celebrate themselves. I want them to know that they are history and they will not be forgotten. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.